Lazarus, come out. With these words alone, Lazarus' lifeless body that had been in the grave for a few days already came out living, vibrant, a thriving human being once again. Just with those words of power spoken by Jesus. Today, Jesus has been speaking through our lives, through our world, these same words, Lazarus, come out, as he's spoken to those who are caught in the lifeless, less than human living and working conditions of poverty and injustice in our world. Jesus cries out for these ones that he had cried also for Lazarus as well, asking that we help him in the work that he's about to do through us and for our world. As we see, Jesus could have easily said the words, let the stone be rolled away, and the stone could have easily rolled away by itself by the power, the might of Jesus. But Jesus asked, let them take away the stone before the tomb. So he enlisted the help of people, the bystanders, to move the stone away for him to do his work of miracle of rising Lazarus from the dead to life. Jesus, like he asked the bystanders to move the stone away, he asked us to be involved in helping to move the stones away that imprison people in injustice and poverty in our world today. Today we not only call it the 5th Sunday of Lent, but also we call it Solidarity Sunday, calling us to reflect on those in our world who have so little and are caught in situations of injustice and poverty that we don't even understand or know. And Jesus calls us to be involved. See, as Jesus called the people to roll the stone away from Lazarus' tomb, we hear someone speak up saying, Lord, there will be a stench there. That may be some of our own responses. We hear Jesus calling us to get involved in the lives of people who are suffering injustice and violence. We are afraid that we may see the squalor of people living and working in inhuman conditions. We are afraid that we'll have to get hands dirty in the messiness of the disease, the malnutrition, the homelessness of others in our world. So we say, Lord, there may be a stench. I don't want to get involved in that messiness of people's messy lives. We may have to, even by being involved in this work of liberation from justice, we may have to take our gaze away from planning of our summer vacation, or our gaze away from choosing what are we going to watch this afternoon for entertainment, whether it may be Netflix or Amazon Prime or Disney Plus. We may have to take away our decisions from whether we're going to buy a minivan or an SUV for our family to something that is a little bit more near to our hearts, working toward justice in our world. Well, Jesus called, like he called to the bystanders of the healing, the rising of Lazarus, he calls us together as well to take the stone away from those who are imprisoned by injustice. There are 3 ways that we can do this, to be involved in helping Jesus take the stone away that binds them. The first way is to keep ourselves informed of what's happening in our world around us, to not turn our eyes or our ears away when we see on TV or on our websites that there are situations of disasters and wars where people have been dispossessed from their homes. People are suffering throughout our world. We're called to always keep ourselves aware of what's happening so we can be at the alert to help them in their needs around our world. Secondly, we're called to slim down our affluent lifestyle of North America. We in North America live the richest life of all people of the world. We're called to slim down, pare down, to be able to truly give to others who are in need. During the season of Lent, we have been called to fast, give alms, and pray. I think we're very good at the praying part during Lent, spending more time each day in prayer. I think sometimes we're good at the fasting part, giving up chocolate bars or beer or time in social communications, social media. But I think we forget the third part of the almsgiving. We try to slim down our lives for the sake of giving to those who are so much in need in our world around us. But we are called to live simply so that others may simply live. In addition to becoming informed with the ways of the world around us and slimming down our lifestyle of our affluent North American society, thirdly, we are called to give our help. And today on this Solidarity Sunday, we're asked to especially think of what is called the Canadian Catholic Organization for Development and Peace, or also known as Caritas Canada, of how this particular organization works to not just simply give handouts and band-aids where there are needs in our world, but they work to change structures that keep people in that perpetual violence of injustice and malnourishment and sickness. By giving to people like the Canadian Catholic Organization for Development and Peace, we know that the funds that we give will go to a good source that will not just take care of the minor, the top of the bucket, so to speak, but to get at the problems that cause people to be in the cycles of violence and injustice. We North Americans, I think we're very good at budgeting for various things. We're good at budgeting for groceries, good at budgeting for vacation, good at budgeting for our children's education, good at budgeting even for our retirement. What if we were to budget each month for how much we'll give to help alleviate some of the suffering of injustice in our world? That we can think each month, how much can I set aside that can really make a difference to care for those who are in need in my world? And so Jesus calls us today to really make a difference and realize that part of the Christian calling is not just living for myself, but living to take the stone away and not caring so much about the stench that we may involve ourselves with, but to truly care for the needs of others. You know, that Jesus has promised us that we are simply pilgrims passing through this world, but that Jesus is even now preparing for us a kingdom that no eye has seen, no ear has heard, nor has it even dawned in the hearts of human beings, what God has lavishly prepared for us. So knowing that we will be with God forever in his heavenly kingdom of joy and lavish luxury, let us be able to let go of the opulence that we live in and now in this day and age today, to care for our needy sisters and brothers who cry out to let the stones be laid away and to be set free again to real life in abundance.